Welcome to today's episode of Retail Initiative. I had a thought that I really wanted to share with you. So what we're going to do is cue up the theme song where I talk, and then we'll get right into it. The rules of retail are changing. One by one, corporate retailers are closing their doors, and some call it the death of retail. But those rules never apply to independent retailers like us. We're writing our own rules. We're here to answer the questions about how to grow your business, stay competitive, and still have a life. I'm Josh Orr, and this is the Retail Initiative Podcast. This is kind of a random podcast. First off, I gotta say, apologize in advance for noise outside of my office. They're doing this work on the road, and I was waiting to record, and now I need to go home, and I don't want to wait anymore. And so I'm just gonna share because I don't want to wait for it to be perfect. I just want to get something out to you because I think this is a really important thought worth sharing. But if you hear some extra noise, I'm sorry. Also, you'll notice that I didn't release an episode last week. It has been a crazy season. I was in Denver for a project, and then my kid got his tonsils out, which he's doing great now. And it's funny, he grabs all of his toys like he is a Buzz Lightyear, and he will open his mouth and hold Buzz up to it and show him the fact that his tonsils are no longer there. He's 3, and then I was in Texas in a small town for a project, and then I was at a conference in Boise. It's just been a hectic season, so I'm sorry for not getting an episode, but hopefully today is awesome. All right, so I got 2 emails literally back to back that I want to share with you. I'm not going to share the content. I'm not going to share who sent them, but I want to share the principle because I think they apply a ton to business, and I think they even apply to our personal life. And it was almost hilarious that I got them back to back. And so here's what it was. Email number 1 was from someone that we work with, and some things they had been trying to do online weren't working. Email number 2 was from a different person that we work with, and it was things that they were trying to do online and they weren't working. But here's what was so different was in the first email, it was, hey, we were trying this, we did this, it didn't work. I think maybe if we did this and this next time, we might get a better result. And the email number 2 was, hey, we tried this and it didn't work. I don't think people are buying online anymore, and I think that this, and this happened, and basically blamed these outside things. And here's what I have to say. I can't tell you of a successful business that I work with who doesn't take the first approach. And I can't tell you of an unsuccessful business that I work with that does take the first approach. All right, maybe I should say that the other way around. I can't tell you of a successful business that we work with that constantly blames outside reasons when things don't go right. And I can't name for you an unsuccessful business that we've worked with that takes responsibility and shifts and adjusts. And so for you, what could that look like? You may think, well, but I do have all those outside reasons. But I think if you were to take a step back and think, okay, well, we did this launch and it didn't land right, could there not be 10 reasons why there's a problem? Maybe the copy was wrong. Maybe the way it was styling was different. Maybe your Facebook ad hook, maybe you didn't hook them in as effectively as you should. Maybe it's about your customers. It could be, you could say my customers aren't buying anymore. But what I have found to be successful is that retailers that can take responsibility for not only their own actions, but sometimes the action of their customers. And what I mean by that is, if you have been training a discount customer again and again and again to get discount after discount after discount, and then you try to pivot to selling full price items only, but you haven't changed your messaging or your marketing to fit this new type of customer, you are literally speaking to one person and then just change things up. That would be imagine if, I'm married and so I don't this doesn't apply to me anymore. But if you're dating and you're dating someone and you're planning the dates and, you do date after date after date at something really chill and not nice at all. And then one day you decide to take them to the nicest steakhouse, but you didn't give them any warning that you were doing so. and you're like frustrated with them that they weren't dressed for the occasion. That's literally what you're doing if you've been giving discount after discount and then you expect them to be a full price shopper. That's just not how that works. And this doesn't just apply to your marketing. This doesn't apply to anything. This really is a life principle. When I am at my healthiest, when I am acting and behaving like I want to, and my mindset is in the right place, when things don't go like I want, I look inside. I look and see, okay, where was my mindset not right? Where were my actions not in line with who I want to be? And when I'm not super healthy and when my mindset's not in the right place, I typically look outside of myself for the reasons why things aren't happening right. I blame my wife. I blame my kids. I blame traffic on the way home. When it's sure, there's always there's always truth in the excuse. There's always a little bit of truth in it, but I think we have to take ultimate responsibility for our own business, for our own lives, and then say, okay, but what next? And that's the next big piece of this is maybe things haven't been going super well, and if you wanted to write a sticky note down and take something from this episode, I think it would be the words, what's next? If things haven't been going well, and maybe you have been blaming outside things, your customers, your employees, your physical location of your store, your web design, whatever those things are, and you're like, okay, well, I don't want that to be me anymore. I know I need to make changes. I know I need to pivot, but I just feel stuck and I don't feel like I can go anywhere. Ask the question, okay, what next? What's that one thing that I can take responsibility for and I can do right now? Maybe if your website hasn't been improving, okay, how can we improve our product information to overcome objections that our customers have from buying from us? Or maybe we can put better hero banners up to speak to our perfect customer. Maybe we can get in our Facebook ads and change the copy to appeal to who our perfect customer is and bring those in. Rather than appealing to the person that we thought was our customer, but they really aren't. And gosh, so I hope that this helps. Today's a shorter episode, but I think that this is such an important principle, is the two outlooks that you can have. You can either say, okay, this didn't work, but what can we do differently to make it work? Or you could say, this didn't work because of this person or this team or these people or my customer or the economy or whatever. There's always room to make excuses, but we don't have to. We don't have to do that. So I hope that this has been useful for you. And thank you for listening. I can't wait to connect next week. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast yet, please click the subscribe button. And if you're getting any value from this, I would love if you would leave a comment and just say what you think about it. And if you think it sucks, feel free just to say that too, but hopefully you don't, because that's mean. You don't need to do that. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, I'm at RetailJosh on Instagram. If you're enjoying this, send me a DM, let me know, and I'd love to connect. So thank you for listening. I can't wait to talk soon. Have a great day, guys.